The 14th of April 2019, Turkey turning over the road, US troops despondent and losing. This is a strange one which I can't quite figure out. I was driving on a long road. There was not much around me, it was very dry. I get 80 junction and turn right, the road is long and goes uphill. I get to the end of the road and it is a cul-de-sac, a dead end. I turn the car around and I see in front of me a dredger or something that is turning the road over. It is Turkey. I see the Turks digging up the road and I cannot pass them by. The road I traveled on is now being destroyed and relaid, but not with tar. The Turks are reconstructing the road. They lay small rocks and then larger rocks. The smaller rocks are grey and the larger rocks are white. They are laying the rocks in layers, but they are moving slow but still able to move at a pace. They intend to do this at the entire stretch of the road. I pass them by. I drive off the road on the pavement which is sandy. I drive down the road and see US troops. The US troops are on the side of the road. They look despondent. The Turks are not far from the Americans, and then the word car comes to me. The soldiers are despondent and losing a fight because of the situation in America. They cannot fight while watching events take place in America. I think at home in America there is tension and there is a brewing civil war and they cannot perform the soldier duties. The soldiers were sitting on the ground, their heads between their knees while holding their legs with their arms. I see they're being defeated. Even though I see them on the side of the road, I see they have lost this fight. I think the word CAR stand for Central African Republic. I cannot be sure, but I am pretty sure this is the meaning of CAR. They will lose or be losing a fight because they are despondent while fighting and knowing what is happening at home. I heard someone say that the soldiers should not be on the battlefield while being able to find out information at home. The soldiers are following some news about a domestic situation at home. I saw the Turkish vehicle heading in their direction and that the road they were on, that I had traveled, is about to be overhauled. All the groundwork the Americans had put in will be turned upside down. I believe the roads I was traveling on were the roads the US had used to pave the way for the past century, but now Turkey is undoing all what they have laid, and that the situation in America will cause the US troops to be despondent, which will result in them losing battles, and perhaps there is some future battle in CAR which they will lose because of this. I have never heard of nor spoken about CAR in my day-to-day life. I don't even know much about this country other than what I saw or heard in the dream. I will look it up after this to find out if there are US troops there. Perhaps this is a future move the US will make by stationing troops there.
Our dream starting to play out. On the 14th of April 2019 I had a very vivid dream. I include the video at the end of this video. In the dream, I saw Turkey will pave over the roads the Americans have laid. I saw American troops defeated psychologically and not being able to fight in a coming battle. The words came to me CAR at the time. I did not know that CAR stood for the Central African Republic. Now this dream is over a year and a half ago since I had it and put it up on the channel. Let's revisit the dream. In the dream, I am driving on a dusty road and reach AT junction. I turn right up the road and find myself in a cul-de-sac, a dead end. When I turn the car around to drive out, I see what looks like a dredger in front of me. I immediately know it's Turkey. I drive past the dredger. It looks like a dredger because it is so large and it is moving fast. It is laying solid slabs over this road, but it is moving at breakneck speed. I drive down the road and see on the right side of the road, US troops. They sit on the floor, their heads between their legs. They are losing. This is when the words came to me CAR. I said in the dream that they will lose a battle in CAR due to events playing out in America. The dream is then interpreted to me while in dream mode. Turkey will pave over all the inroads the Americans made in Africa and the Middle East. While these American troops are despondent, the Turks will use this time period of the despondency to pave over all the roads America laid, and America will not be able to stop them due to events playing out in America. Now we can see how telling the dream is. We see now that there is fighting in the Central African Republic. While America is in a state of unknown, anarchy and division, that this all takes place. At this stage we can see world events playing out. Shortly after this dream, I saw Turkey would enter Libya. We saw Turkey did enter Libya just as the dream showed. Now we see Turkey moving fast in North Africa while this is all taking place in America, and we see Russia now getting involved in CAR. We see there is a conflict brewing in the CAR between superpowers. European powers, and we see the French working with the Russians, just as Sina van Rensburg said they would in the end. This dream is significant because what is still going to take place in America is going to be of such a nature that these troops will be demoralized. I could make a video every day of events I saw in dreams playing out. We see now Europe initiating passes to travel. Did I not tell you in the dream apartheid would come to Europe, but they would not call it apartheid, but it would be the same laws. The same pass laws are now coming to Europe. You cannot travel if you do not have a pass. We see Turkey carving out North Africa. I said you will see Pakistani and Bangladeshi troops join them in their conquest and colonization of North Africa. Before a single lockdown occurred, I had the 3 dream visions about what was going to take place. The entire purpose of all these lockdowns, as revealed to me, was to slow the global economy and prevent the collapse, but that the collapse was still going to take place. That China would no longer sit on the sidelines with America, and that there will be a second virus outbreak. If you go back and see the 3 dream visions about this, you will see that is what is happening right now. The CAR dream is significant because it is a telltale sign of a world power burning from within that will cause it to lose wars in other countries, and that its military force, due to the internal crumbling of their country, would affect and impact their performance on the battlefield. I warned you about the electric feeling in the air. I am convinced that message dream ahead of the event and warning enough people was enough to put a dampener on those trying to cause a civil war. I had people accusing me of telling people not to go to the event, and I did not tell anyone to not go to the event at all. Now my most recent dream tells you and the nation, there are now war clouds building up on the horizon, there are signs happening in front of us that we cannot see. CAR is a turning point for the US in Africa, it is a turning point for the Turks in North Africa. While America was debating about their election, the well-armed Turks supported Azerbaijan in defeating Armenia, and America did nothing. The Turks paved the roads straight in there, they paved their roads into Libya, and they are paving their roads in North Africa. How America participates in the CAR will have a direct impact on us here in South Africa. Their weakness in Africa is not good for us here in South Africa. Their state of decay is not going to be of any use or good for us. Remember, there is no nation, no government that can ever save a nation. There is only one who can save you, my dear nation. The Almighty God of Israel will never let you down. Turn your back on this world and call upon our Father in heaven. Our salvation can only come from the Almighty. Pray for the nation, pray for the people, and may the Vierkleur, the 4-color flag, fly over this nation. May our chains now come undone. I pray for it every day. I pray for you and the nation. Praise be to the Almighty God of Israel, and may God be with this nation.